Going on all of my NBA Live 18 savages. It's your boy YG. Jizzle man if you nasty. And I know you seen the title, you seen the thumbnail, so you already know what's going on. But let me give you a little background information now. If you are frequent to the channel and you watch my NBA Live content, then you know something happened to me that triggered me, bruh. Okay, it happened in the career mode and it triggered the F out of me. I'm not gonna curse, bro. I'm gonna keep it clean because I want the NBA Live 18 devs to watch this and to be open to receiving the message that I'm going to bring. And I'm going to finally do something that I've never done on my channel ever. Well, it's not rambling because I do that shit all the time apparently, but I'm gonna make a wish list for the first time, bro. I've done something like this before with King Sean and Juice Man when NBA Live 14 was coming out. So a lot of you guys probably don't know that I did post NBA Live 14 back in the day. But I want to talk about today, I'm gonna talk about the LUT. LUT is like a brand new comic book, bro, with just blank pages in it. And so many beautiful colors can be added to this game mode to make this thing bang. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all about it. Y'all know I got one of the most firest, that's not even a word, but I got the best LUT content on YouTube right now with My Guy Russy. Y'all know, y'all love it. Got the community involved, you know what I'm saying? I got everybody watching it. I even got Dale's watching it, but I ain't even gonna talk about that. But hey, these are some things that LUT can do. If LUT can do these things and make it right, that would blow my team out of the water, bro. Now on NBA Live as a whole, everybody agrees that the gameplay could be better, it could be smoother. But to be more specific for me, when I get the reboard sometimes with my man, or let me say, let me not use my slang. Sometimes when I get the rebound with my man and I'm pushing a fast break, sometimes on fast breaks, you know, I can't control which lane my player comes up the court. Now, if you play basketball, then you know that there are 3 lanes. There's the middle, the left, and the right, okay? You should be going down one of those lanes to, you know what I'm saying, to have an efficient fast break. Now, sometimes when I get the rebound, I cannot control which lane my player comes up the court, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing, gameplay-wise, you just need more control of the players at all times. Also, sometimes when I icon pass, there's like a delay. I don't know if you guys are getting double teamed out there in my career, you icon pass it, there's a delay there. All right, so we just need more control of our players altogether. Now here's one thing that if you watch my Guy Russy series, you know I complain about. There needs to be like a penalty for rage, okay? So what happened to me was I scored 130 something plus points on a guy because he decided to put his controller down and get 8-second violations and 5-second violations inbounding the ball. At which point I was like, dang, why do I have to sit here if this man like just quit the game? Even though he didn't quit, he like quit. You know what I mean? So there needs to be some kind of penalty for people who get consecutive 5-second inbound violation and 8-second backcourt, you know, bringing the ball up the court violations. There needs to be a system in place to where if somebody does that like a certain amount of times, then that should be considered a forfeit. Now, speaking of quitting, sometimes when I play LUT in a game, sometimes when my opponent decides to quit, they decide to forfeit a game. Sometimes I have to finish the game. Personally, like when the human quits in the head-to-head, I want to quit too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Send me back to the main menu. Like sometimes it does do that. Sometimes it'll make you finish the game, or you could just quit after they quit, and then sometimes it'll freeze and you'll have to just close the entire app. So if we could fix that rage quit where your opponent actually wants to concede defeat and all that stuff, that'll be dope. Going into the head-to-head matches, in NBA Live 19, we should be able to invite our friends to a head-to-head match, okay? I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there is no option to play against friends in LUT, bruh. People are saying, well, you can, YG, if you're in a party with somebody and y'all press the matchmaking at the same time. Well, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all that, bruh. It shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? There should be an option to play against your friends. That's just something I guess that they skimmed over or didn't really look at. I don't know, but hopefully in Live 19, we can have a simple option of playing against friends. I want to talk about the timeouts, bruh. Now, I don't this is just a personal preference for me. You guys can say whether you like it or not down in the comment section. But personally, I do not like the fact that people have a full minute in timeouts, okay? That's just me personally, because this goes back to the rage factor, okay? People like to call timeouts and sit there for the entire minute. And I know this sounds dumb to some people, but having a full minute in a head-to-head competition, that's a long time to be sitting there doing nothing, bruh. I don't know, maybe that's just me, because when I play the game, I just like to play the game continuously, bro. I don't like to have to sit down. I don't like waiting, bruh. My personal suggestion is, this is not a universal suggestion. I don't know if other people feel this way, but I would prefer in head-to-head matches that the timeouts be cut in half. In the timeout menu, it's really not difficult to do what you want to do in 30 seconds. Trust me, you could do it in 10 to 20 seconds if you really was trying to do something, bruh. Because the timeout menu is the same as the in-game quick menu, honestly. So making substitutions is fairly easy on live. Changing defensive settings, which is not really that many defensive settings. If you want to double team somebody, it's quick and easy, bro. The panel is not hard to understand like 2K's is. What I'm saying is, you don't really need a full minute timeout, bro. To me, that just wastes too much time. Now, speaking about timeouts, one thing that really annoys me is when I'm on a run in LUT, bro, and I'm beating a guy by 20 plus points or 10 plus points. When they score one time, my coach decides to call a timeout, and to me that ruins my momentum. I just don't like it, bro. So I need to be able to adjust my coach's settings, which there is nowhere to do that, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you cannot tell your coach to not call timeouts, and I don't think you can control late fouls either. I'm not sure. I've never been in a situation where I needed to do a late game foul, but anyway, I need to be able to control my coach's settings. I need to be able to turn timeouts to manual. I need to be able to turn late game fouls to manual. Now, speaking of settings, let's talk about defensive settings, bro. LUT has a weird thing about it where you can't tell your players to stick to their man, okay? If we don't want our players to help off ball, then we need to be able to control that, but there needs to be like a off ball control as well. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want somebody to help off of shooters, I need to be able to do stuff like that. Now, the feature challenges are a weird thing, guys. I don't know if you guys play those feature challenges, but I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10 for me, it's a waste of time to play. Why? Because all of those challenges are 5-minute quarters, 4-quarterly challenges. Now, what I'm saying is, hopefully they can incorporate situational moments where like you come into the third quarter and you have to win the game and you down by 10 or something. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is, we have these overly juiced teams, which I'll talk about that later. We have these overly juiced teams going up against the game on the weakest game mode, and what happens is we'll be playing the game and the score will be like 100 and whatever to 15 because we're playing 5-minute quarters, 4 quarters, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the game eventually becomes boring. I've seen on Twitter plenty of times people are talking about this where they're saying, yeah, bro, I just beat the challenge. I beat the feature challenge with one hand. Now, that's not saying that the game mode is too easy. I'm just saying it becomes a waste of time. Honestly, for the reward, it sometimes is a waste of time. Now, when I was talking about the juiced cards, this is what I was talking about, man. The card pack odds are too good, okay? There should be other things in these packs besides players, all right? And the perfect idea could be the same way that 2K's My Team, they have shoes, you know what I'm saying, that give players boosted abilities. Maybe they could incorporate something like that. Now, I'm not saying take the shoe idea. What we could incorporate instead could be traits. All right. So if you play the My Career mode, you know that your player gets traits that can help them, you know, become better players or become more well-rounded players. Maybe they can incorporate those traits into the packs. All right. So because, you know, you get the bronze, you get the silver, and you get the gold traits. So maybe they can incorporate those into the pack. Maybe having those traits added onto your player can make the game a little bit more interesting. So maybe the shoes can have a special ability added to them, and maybe putting some traits in there along with the contracts can mix up the variety that you get out of the packs. To me, the packs are definitely a little too OP, especially when it came around for Christmas. I understand what Live was trying to do. They're trying to give you guys something, you know, a reason to play LUT. Honestly, there is no point in playing LUT this year, okay? There's no objective. There should be a reason to play LUT in NBA Live 19. Here is the perfect suggestion. The same way that Madden has seasons. I'm gonna show you guys. So in Madden Ultimate Team, they have seasons. Never mind my trash record, okay? Don't worry about that. I'm trash at Madden, but they have seasons. So you play a certain amount of games, then you get up down to the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. You win your division, then you go to the Super Bowl. Now, if you win your personal Super Bowl, you get the celebration, the confetti falling, you get to hold up the trophy. It's nice, bro. It's nice. I'm suggesting that NBA Live 18 Ultimate Team does the same thing. Give us a certain amount of games that we have to play for our quote-unquote season. If you qualify for the playoffs and you win your playoffs, then you go play one NBA Finals game. All right? So if you win that NBA Finals game, you get the confetti, you get the trophy, you get the whole celebration that they give you in Madden in NBA Live 19. So I think that is one thing that they can incorporate into the LUT 19 where you have an objective. You just play the seasons, you play your playoff game, and then you play your NBA Finals game. To me, that gives you a reason to play LUT. Something, that's quick and easy to me that they can incorporate into the game to make LUT more interesting, to give you a reason to play. Also, here is a really wish list thing, something that 2K added in 2K18, but I don't think they did it right. Maybe we can incorporate a draft mode, just like in Madden's draft. You get a selection of cards, you pick which cards you want to use, and then you go play a head-to-head. All right, so with that, of course, that's going to be its own game mode inside LUT. There should be a separate, task and reward for that as well. People play MUT draft seasons, or they just have a whole MUT draft thing to itself. And I think that would be interesting as well, to have a draft mode. Now, what could take this over the top as well with this draft mode is if they did it just like Madden, where you can co-op with your homeboy, okay? So maybe we could do it like NBA 2K's All-Star Team Up. You know what I mean? Where 5 of your homeboys can get into a locker room, you know what I'm saying? And y'all can choose what position y'all want to play, and Live throws up players for that specific position. You know what I'm saying? And then you can choose what player you want to be from that selection, and then y'all could go up against some other people in another locker room looking to play a draft game like that. That, to me, that would be dope. So up to 5 players, you know what I'm saying, get into a locker room. You choose what position you want to play. So your homeboy might, like, if I play with Rain always gonna run the point if me and him on the same team. So he'll run the point, I'll run the center. Live shows Rain a set of point guards. It could be legends, it could be gold, silver, whatever he picks from that. And then they show me some centers. I pick from that. We go up against another group of savages. And to me, that would be a great draft mode for LUT. That would get people looking at the game a little bit different, and it just gives a different style option of gameplay. I mean, we're at this day and age with gaming, co-op is life, okay? There's not that really many people playing games by themselves these days, and that's probably because they ain't got no friends, but we ain't gonna go there, or they don't have an internet connection. But to me, that would be a dope addition to LUT if that's even possible. But to me, that's dope. That's a dope addition. Now, one thing that I was missing from NBA 2K18, my team, I was missing in LUT was the customization. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it, bro. Custom jerseys and custom arenas. I need that, bro, because that's just part of my whole bit, bro. In NBA 2K17, my team, I had my face with the halo wrapped around in the middle of the court. You know what I'm saying? I had my slogans on the side of the court. Customizing the court was dope. Customizing my jerseys was dope too, because you know, that just made me be more creative. I went into Photoshop, made my logo, things like that. It was fun, bro. It was a fun time to be on there, just to see, you know what I'm saying, just to see something you created played in real time. That was dope. So maybe they could include custom jerseys, custom courts. That would be dope. There were times when I missed out on opponents because we had the same jerseys, and you know, he just backed out, and I definitely wanted to play that dude. But anyway, maybe having custom jerseys and custom arenas will, you know, eliminate that whole situation where people are wearing the same things. And yeah, along with that custom jersey, if you guys decide to do that live, make sure you don't allow people to have dark colors when they're home. Okay, please don't allow it. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about in this LUT wish list is, and this is something else that they can steal from Madden. Well, not steal, it's the same publishing company, EA. It's in the game, daddy, come on. But maybe they can borrow this from Madden as well. Now, Madden has this really cool thing called the trade block. All right, now my homeboy Swag, if y'all familiar with Swag, he really got my Madden Ultimate Team popping because there was a trade block system. Now, in this trade block system, he was able to trade with me, no matter the value, no matter what card it was. He was able to trade with me players to get my team better. All right, so I would trade like some weak ass bronze player, and he would give me an elite player that I needed to make my team go. You know what I'm saying? So he really helped me start a good team. Even though I already had started a team, he helped me get some pieces added to the puzzle to make my team more complete. So maybe in NBA Live, you know what I'm saying, if someone has a card that they like to trade, instead of selling the card, maybe they could put it up on a trade block. Somebody come by and see, they can authorize the trade, and then, you know what I'm saying, it'll be like that. Maybe inputting a trade block would be dope, especially if that trade block could trade other things besides LUT cards. What if we could trade outfits? You know what I'm saying? What if your homeboy out here looking like a scrub in the NBA Live streets, and you want to loan that man your Bape shirt, you know what I'm saying, or your Bape shorts, you know what I'm saying, or your Jordan shoes that you open out of the crate, you know what I'm saying? So maybe the trade block could work outside of LUT as well, because I have a lot of savages, I have a lot of homeboys who miss out on those live events that didn't get to, you know, participate because either they were in school or they were at work, blah blah blah, you know, things happen. All right, so that would be dope if that trade block could work outside of LUT as well. We could trade, you know what I'm saying, outfits, because that's what homeboys do in real life live. But yo, make sure you guys thumbs up the video if you guys did enjoy it. Subscribe, turn on post notifications if you are new to the channel, and comment some NBA Live 19 wish list LUT specific things that you think I left out. If you play LUT, let me know what you feel like they should add. I will be doing a wish list for the My Career only. I didn't want to do it here because the video would be ridiculously long and nobody would watch it. So just keep it short and simple, baby. Hope you guys did enjoy it, man. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.
I just wanna love you like Usher. I just wanna touch you like I'm Usher.
Hey y'all, hey, that party was crazy,
yes.
Girl.
Oh yes.
I ain't know you was a freak like that.
I am a freak.
Be Fresh ain't tell me her cousin was nasty like that.